Hello, 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 hello. Yes, it is Friday, and it means it's time for this week's New Music Friday. And if you are ever religious return, apparently it's Good Friday. I don't know what's good about it. Maybe the fact that the sun is half shining, or many other reasons. But whatever the reason is for you, today is a Good Friday because it's New Music Friday, and it's starting with a good one. It's starting with Ailstorm. You know, those pirate rock stars that yeah, give us some diddy whatnots. This is called Magdalene's Expedition. It's by Ailstorm. You can actually find them on a interesting game on the Quest, where they're called Ragnarok, where basically you drum to the beat of music and you row longboats. It's a fun little game, bit expensive, but it's fun, and it's multiplayer. Not that we're talking about games, we're talking about music, and we're starting with Magdalene's Expedition, Ailstorm. And now I'll do that on TikTok, and we'll go on to the next one. Because last week, I don't know what happened, but last week I got no community violations of TikTok. I got no mutations on Instagram or Facebook, although the Instagram and the Facebook feeds are always shit, to be honest. Facebook Live is awful. And I didn't get any copyright claims on YouTube, although I did get 3 views. So 3 views and 1 like. Woohoo! We're moving up in the world, people. Let's put this on TikTok because we've got less than 15 seconds to do that before the song ends. Alrighty. Well, we're waiting to put it on TikTok. How was your day? How was your Friday? How's your Good Friday? Your Good Friday? Yeah. And I've also got a cold. I know. Nowadays you have a cold, you go, oh God, it's the end of the world, it's COVID. It's definitely just a cold. Check. Hailstorm. I hate this new TikTok stuff. Hey, it's me, X2E. It is Good Friday, and it is indeed a Good Friday because we're starting this week's New Music Friday with Hailstorm, and it's called Magdalia. Enjoy! Oh, look at that. And that's one done. Hashtag New Music Friday, because it is indeed New Music Friday. New Music Friday. Oh, last week, New Music Friday, I positively went viral. By my standards, anyway. Over 1,700 views on the Aerosmith one. And guess what? I think that was the reason for that. Is because at the beginning I went, oh, I like boobs, because that song reminds me of Dead or Alive 2, and that song Dead or Alive 2 reminds me of boobs. Yeah, go figure. But it got me 1,700 views. I think maybe, and it was only 15 seconds long, so I'm guessing people were waiting to see boobs. They'll be sadly disappointed. So my question. Right, what's next? Because we've just listened to Hailstorm for a whole 4 minutes and 34 seconds, and we don't want to get hit by cameras. Well, apparently next up is Philip Labs. This is called A Reason to Never Date Again. He's on TikTok. He does ditties and whatnot on TikTok. I believe it's the same guy that's doing the 4 albums in 4 seasons. Possibly. I'll have a look. Yeah, that's it. 4 seasons, 4 seasons, 4 albums. Or is it? Oh no, it's not. But it does know someone called Jeff Found a Genie. Check it out. Because when Jeff finds a genie, it's also very good. Computer, play Spotify for Pete's sake. Here's Spotify. God damn it. I think the world's gone mad with technology. So yeah, Philip's Lab. I like Jeff's Found a Genie. Oh, yeah, I've seen him on TikTok doing this. Hey, well, Jeff found a genie and created a TikTok superstar known as Philip Labs. Here's his reason to never date again, Diddy. And I just realised I'm blocking the YouTube view. Anyway, have fun. Hey, well, Jeff found a genie and created... I just want to break into Jeff found a genie. at Philip Labs. There you go. We'll tag him in here. It's always nice to get a response from the artist, isn't it? Landon liked my video. Oh yeah, that was the video. If you don't know, if your head's been buried in the sand, this week your panties may have got moist, and I know mine did. When the news was leaked, well, it wasn't leaked, it was announced that the certain members of Nirvana, Soundgarden and Pearl Jam have released an album. And the music media went, wow, this is going to be awesome. Oh, hello, Cat. And called them the supergroup. And then I listened to the said album, and it is anything but super. They're called Third Secret, and some secrets should definitely remain unspoken. It will grow on you, the album, but it's just not great. And my review of it was, it's just okay. So, Third Secret, just okay. Well, what's got one more likes of 3 people who may agree with me. And those 3 people are not NME, Rolling Stones, or Music Magazine. I don't know, those 3. But who cares if they agree with me, hey? Alright, we better flick because Jeff Genie, Philip Labs guy's still ramming on. Oh, it's Jerry Goldsmith. I'm not going to put this one on the TikTok because what's the point? It's just the overture from the Star Trek The Motion Picture, the Director's Edition, which I'm guessing the Director's Edition is being re-released on a movie theatre near you. Aha! Here's a band which I have mentioned many times, and I did actually do a TikTok on them last week as well. Why did I do so many TikToks last week? Because the algorithm just doesn't pass your videos on if you don't post videos. And I've been a bit overwhelmed to do daily videos, but I managed to knock a few out. Well, anyway, this week, Wet Leg, who I've described as Björk on acid, released their debut album. Now, the music media on that one must have been paid a substantial sum because they have been absolutely everywhere. I've seen them all over my Twitter feed. I've seen them on the TikTok feeds, obviously. I've seen them online, on the news stories. Basically, if you search anything music, you will have seen Wet Leg. To the point where even Dario Breen posted a picture of him buying it on cassette tape, which led me to a TikTok which said, with me saying, I enjoy physical media. I like owning stuff, and having something tangible gives one a sense of ownership and belonging and helps the music industry. But then I thought, why in today's digital media would we be creating to landfill cassette tapes? There really is no need. I mean, cassette tape. How many cassette tapes? I've got many left in the lot, but you know what I mean? How many of these are still playable? And the ones that aren't playable, where are they? They're in landfills. The same with CDs, same with vinyl. Vinyl. I mean, who the smeg in hell think getting back to vinyl is a good idea? Yes, it sounds crisp, and that click, click, click is, yeah, audio files. It's nice. But producing more vinyl in this day and age, when we can have digital soundtracks and digital distribution, it just is beggar belief. Right? And I'm not a big greenie, although I am surrounded by plants, obviously. But I don't believe we need to be retro and hipsterish about it and go back to vinyl and cassette days. No, it doesn't make the music any better. And at the end of the day, Björk on acid are still exactly what Wet Leg are. You're going to like them. I've just waffled for 2 minutes talking about their song Supermarket. I mean, fair play to them. They're okay. They're making a splash. And special guest star is Meowski. What do you think, Meowski? Yep. Well, I get okay. More okay than Third Secret. And probably a bit more grunge, to be honest. How dare you say that? You went around. Dude, I bought the vinyl. Is he talking about? I bought Nevermind on vinyl from a freaking record store. That's how old I am. And I was there for grunge. And I don't think Third Secret are grunge in any way. Okay, there we go. Hey, unless your head's been under a rock, you'll have heard about Wet Leg. I mentioned them a few whiles, yeah, I mentioned them a lot. Björk on acid, decent album, but they must be having some massive label influx. Enjoy. Yeah, I definitely think they got some massive help from their label though. Maybe because they're different, but they're not different. You know what I mean? And there's nothing new about them. Right, next up, after Wet Leg, we have Tensions in the Graveyard, another one from the soundtrack by Tangerine Dream to Strange Behavior. Not going to put that on the TikTok feeds because I'm kind of pulling away from TikTok. Seems everybody is. I mean, I don't know how Facebook is still around after all these years, but TikTok is definitely on its downward spiral. I mean, I'm disappointed because I never managed to hit the magic number of 1,000 followers so I could go live on TikTok. But it seems to be more problems than it's worth. But anyway, Tangerine Dream. Strange Behavior. Quite fitting after Wet Leg, because that's Strange Behavior. Noble Jacks, Into the Wild. How long? I don't know. Another one from Weezer is Angels on Vacation. I once referred to Weezer as the how you'll say Weezer the mosquitoes of music. Yeah. Oh no! Yesterday I just described them as the heroine of music. You know, it's like once you start listening to it, you know it's not good for you, but you just can't shift the habit. You keep going back to Weezer. So yeah, two analogies for Weezer. Doesn't mean I don't like them. No, I quite like them. I sing it quite a lot. Yeah, Muddy doesn't like them either. Anyway, I better put this one on TikTok, otherwise I'll have no TikToks today. And you know, I do get, even though I don't get like massive amount of views, I get a lot more views on TikTok than I do on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I mean, three views on YouTube. Don't know if I got more than one view on Instagram, and Facebook. I think I ended up deleting it because it just goes shit. Muddy, I'm on the breadline, my friend. I'm going to food banks to fill my fat belly. You're gonna have to complain then that you got Vice-A-Cat instead of Whiskers. Yeah. I'm on beans. Yeah, I've had beans 3 times this week. Doesn't smell good around my house. There we go. Here's Weezer. It's called Angels on Vacation. And if angels were on vacation, where would they go? Good question. Weezer wrote a song about it. Enjoy. It's exactly what's happening here. The cat is complaining. No, get down. You're going to knock it over. The cat is complaining because I had to buy Vita-Cat today. He eats Vita-Cat. And I have mixed it with some of the other expensive stuff, but he's just being cobby. New music, friyay. No, I know. You'd think after all these weeks I could spell New Music Friday, and after all these weeks it now has 136,000 views. So you know that's how many. That's the sort of figures we're talking about on TikTok, compared to 3 on YouTube. Next up, what do we have after Weezer? God Looks the Other Way by Paleface. I think New Music Friday has fucked up again. Or either that or there hasn't been much new music. Because I'm pretty sure it's rehashing from last week. Indeed it is, because here's Ginger Flower, Modern Biology. Kind of weird. Oh no, it's not, because there's Under the Bridge by... And Punk Tankers was just been released. Alright, let's reshuffle it. Ta-da! Good place to reshuffle with Joey Valance. Do you like the Beastie Boys? Do you like Run DMC? Do you like the 80s, early 90s rap, pop, punk? Yeah, you are like Joey Valance. And the good thing about this kid is he can not only replicate that sound beautifully, he's also good at EDM, he's also good at other stuff as well. He's multifaceted or multi-talented. Yeah. Definitely one. I featured him in Future Stars. regularly repost his tweets. It is just boom, in your face, Beastie Boys stylistics of early 90s. I don't think it'll be around as long as the Beastie Boys, but what do I know? Well, I tell you what I know it's awesome, and it goes into my playlist every time he comes on. It's like you know the words, and you know. Oy. Here's Joey Valance with Punk Tactics, and you know every time he drops a new hit, I put it instantly in the like library, because what's not to like? He brings back the late 80s, early 90s in all this awesomeistic style. Rad, dude. Here's Joey Valance with Punk Tactics. There you go. I even used the word rad. I was going to say totally, pretend I'm like Mr. Woo, woo, woo. I always ask Joey as well, because he's a good kid. And it's Beret, I think, is mate. Next. Happy Music by Tom Minsk and Super Shy. Now, Tom Minsk is rather good with the acoustic-y stuff. A lot of his acoustic stuff is bang on. He does a few Nirvana covers. He does a lot of other covers acoustic with the guitar. Fantastic. But here he's branching out with Super Shy. Along with my theory that Disco Revival is coming back. But taking a bit longer than I believed it was to. I thought it would be well hit us by this summer. But now, Disco is definitely coming back. Yeah, definitely good. Like it, loving it. Gonna put a like on it. And it just shows that Tom Minsk is more than a one-trick pony. Oh, Schmegana, Schmashel. I don't know. Disco's on the comeback, and that's just Schmeckle. I don't know now. Maybe this is modern cult. I don't know. I hope not. Here's Happy Music from Happy Guy, Super Shy, and Tom Minsk, proving that Tom Minsk is more multifaceted than I believed in the first place, and Disco is definitely on the revival. Good times. Whoop whoop. Yes, look, it's got me jiggling to it. Yeah, I've got jiggly bits. Yay! I like that one. New music. Fry. I'm burning up. I'm burning up. I'm waiting away. Yeah, not on it. I know. Oh well. Oh, that's probably like, keep a note of that one. Put a pin in it. That'll probably be my favourite from this week. Oh, we have Annan Brukra, Berlin, and Finland, Monica, Berlin, classical stuff for classical times. Here's those bands first to 11. Now, what's amusing about this is, first to 11 have just released Under the Bridge. It's a cover. And I've said this week upon week for the last 3 weeks they've been in New Music Friday. Some bands would have never made it out of the garage back in the day. This perhaps is one of those bands. Not saying they haven't got talent. They're doing fantastic versions of those songs. So fantastic, in fact, they sound almost identical, just with a different singer. All right, this is under their version of Under the Bridge, and it sounds okay. Yeah, that's exactly what First to 11 are. Now, why am I rambling on about First to 11? Firstly, because I'm talking about First to 11. Secondly, little sneak peek, coming up in this week's New Music Friday is a version of another version of Under the Bridge. This time by the Melodica Brothers. Now, I implore you, play the First to 11 version, play the original version, and then listen to the Melodico Brothers, and then tell me I am wrong, and please leave comments and tell me I am wrong about verse to 11. You know, I mean, this version, it's got the same feeling. Yeah, no, I'm even gonna say it on here. No, I'm not wrong. No, well, we can come to a discourse. We can talk about it. Yeah. No, didn't do anything dramatic with it. Okay, here's First to 11. I've said this week upon week. Back in the day, these are the type of band that you'd find in the garage, and some bands never would have left the garage. Sneak peek of what's coming next. Melodico Brothers are doing something just as good. Okay, we need to do that again. Does that was shit. Here's an unoriginal cover of Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers by the First to 11. I don't dislike these guys. I just don't think they do anything spectacular. There, I said it. Here's an unoriginal. See, no. I'm not wrong on that. And it's like, those that can't talk about it, those that can't teach it. It's true. I cannot play music for shit. I can't sing for shit. And I am truly envious of those as awesome as these that go out there and do it. But what I can do is see and feel music. It sounds crazy, but then I am crazy. I see colours, I see shapes, I see sounds, I see patterns. And those sounds, as we know, sounds are sound waves, and sound waves create a shift in the air. And when you are in that moment and you are seeing those colours and patterns, if you reach out, you can form those shapes in your hands, and you will feel the weight of music. You know, when people say they feel the weight of the music or the weight of the world, it's out there. And some people like myself, there's more of us. We just don't talk. It's crazy. You talk about you're crazy, and things like this. There's just no feeling to it. It's not. Well, it's the original, and it's the same thing. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. All this craziness, you will see in a moment. You will see when Melodico Brothers won. What the hell? What happens when, even though I do have, my children do have their own Spotify accounts. All three of them have their own Spotify accounts. And it's great because this is music. But in the car, we can only listen to one Spotify account. And I don't know, I let them choose playlists. They take turn picking the playlist. So when I say what the hell, how does things like this? You want to see that? Nummy yummy yum. Nummy num. Nummy num num. Nummy num num. In fact, I'm going to like it because why not? But that's why it ends up. I mean, I don't even know who likes this one. Nummy num. See, now this is music. Knocking it, one of the best songs from last year, and I'm not lying, was The Life of Mr. Cheese. That was true glam rock awesomeness. So, no, it's pleasant surprises. I don't know what to say about this other than nummy nummy num. Enjoy. Check it out. Paddy Grib. Nummy nummy num. Ooh. I look, New Music Friday. Not quarter for Friday. What? You're awesome. I know. Thank you. This is Call of the Wild. Will you get out my plants? And it is indeed episode 396 of Call of the Wild. I don't give it much love on New Music Friday because those that know me know it's as parents. I will always listen to Call of the Wild. I listen to each week, and I will always listen to Monster Cat. It's one of the few things that can keep up with the speed of my brain. Yeah. But anyhow, here is Call of the Wild episode 396. You may want to check it out. You might. It's good. I don't know what's going to be on it this week because I have yet to listen to this one, but I'll listen to it later. There you go, Bad Computer, Dusty Cloud, and many more. So there you go. Oh yeah, we're talking about Angel Vacationing because I had to replay due to Alexa having a shift fit, and of course Ginger Flower in Modern Biology. It turns out, see, I talked about the craziness of seeing and feeling music. Well, this guy, he's got the rudimentary setup. It allows lay people to hear the music of the universe and see these things. Mushrooms. He plugs into mushrooms. They make noises. The electrical impulses. He turns into songs. But it turns out scientists, just basically said, no, he's not crazy. Mushrooms actually do converse with each other, and some of them have different dialects from different regions. So, yeah, music belongs to the universe. I've been wanting to say something a while, making a video a while about music and plagiarism and copyright claims, because a lot of these people that are musicians, they're conduits to the music. They've picked up the language. Whereas me, I'm like, I can interpret it. I see it. I can't interpret it. These guys, these musicians, they can interpret it, and that's where they get their musical skill and musical talent comes from. They, even Ed Sheeran, he just won his court case, didn't he? Yeah. About his plagiarism claim. He just won his court case, and he said, look, there's only so many chords and there's always going to be similarities. That's just an artist's way of saying, yeah, we know some things sound the same, and it's true. There's only so many ways that the music has been interpreted. But copyright, it's a tough one. I do no way believe that people should go out and steal music. That's just awful. Artists are artists and they deserve to be paid fairly for their work. But the bullshit, the sheer bollocks of them when they go, this is mine, I made this. You didn't. You interpreted what you felt and you made that particular one version of it, but you did not make that. You do not own that. You own, it's like saying you own the dictionary. I own everywhere because I own the dictionary. And there's going to be people out there that will argue, but they weren't really hard and they're unique. No, Ed Sheeran is about as original as a bar of dairy milk, That's not anything saying he's bad. And I'm not picking on Ed Sheeran. But no, he's not original. In no way is Ed Sheeran original. Same ways, with music I like with 9 Inch Nails, this is the Adele for emo kids. It's music. The universe is surrounded about it. Mushrooms are talking to each other and transferring it. Terry Pratchett calls it the long call that transversed across many multiverses. People out there do know about it, but to own that thing, that's narcissism. It really is. It's like to say that you own that one. Yes, Ed Sheeran owns the right to his one particular song, but no. And again, it sounds like I'm picking on Ed Sheeran. I'm not, because he's a great interpreter of the world of music, and he has wrote some fantastic songs. My biggest issue with Ed Sheeran is he chooses to sing on those songs. Sorry, Ed. Not a big fan of your voice. I do like your music though. And anyway, why am I talking so bollocks? Well, I am talking all this bollocks because it makes sense to me. And this is also makes sense to this guy. Modern Biology. This is called Ginger Flower, and it is music made from the gingerish type root, I believe. Anyway, let's see if we can get to some interesting. Change the pace. Oh, cheers. And of course we can. Because next up is Roman. Roman Messer, and this is called Back to the Future. And it certainly is a change of pace. I will even put this on TikTok. TikTok. Yeah. Oh, where have I been? Well, I've been talking bollocks on the internet about music, but here's some good music. It's Robin Messer. It's called Back to the Future, so get on it. There you go. Oh, Friday feeling. Look at the world behind me. I got the world in space. It's all mine. See, the beautiful thing about being crazy, you know, I think podcasts are so successful because people, just like two people just chatting shit to each other. I can chat shit with myself. I mean, to me, there's three people in the room. Yes, there is. There's me, and there's I, and there's you. What about me? Yeah, I'm here too. Yeah, that's definitely, this is a good one. Although the bass might get me in trouble, so I'm going to flick past it. I will listen to this later. Next up, we've done that one. Bridge, the Capital, Exhibit, and Notch. If it's got the X to the Z in it, it's going to be a lot more than Pimp and Ride and... boom. Yeah. See, I'm glad to see some are going back to the old school, because all this new mumble rap and trap, trap's not too bad until they start singing, and you know the message is there, but it's just, ooh, that's looking good. Yeah, I'm glad to see some of us going back to the old school. Diddy, stop freaking funding crap and get back to your roots, my friend. I'm flagging now. I'm flagging. Do I look well? I don't know, dude. You look terrible. You look sick. You look cheeky. yeah. Yes, rap, bridge, capital, X to the Z, exhibit with knots. Enjoy. We've managed to talk 32 minutes now. Mostly talking crap. New music Friday. Friyay, yeah. Do you know after this, I'm going to sit down for half an hour and do little. Here we go. Now, I can't play this at full belt for obvious reasons. One, Instagram cuts the feed dead. Two, Facebook will just mute me. And four, YouTube will say copyright claim on my video. But what I will try and talk over the music, but what I will tell you is this. Earlier on, we had First to 11 doing a cover of Under the Bridge. It is a cover that I've heard 100 million times before, of thousands of bands in various pubs, clubs around the music industry. It's a very, very well covered song. Although I think it's seconded now to Numb. I mean, someone must have got the rights to that, because every fucker's singing a version of Numb now. But it used to be Under the Bridge. Millions of people have done it. It's been in the charts by several different people, and cover bands love it. And First to 11, no shame to them, they've just released a version of Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But I knew coming up in this week's New Music Friday was a Melodica Brothers rendition of Under the Bridge. And it's playing right now. And true to their form, they have taken that song, they have tweaked it just enough, but given it a amazing vibe. They change the feeling of the music. You don't understand, or some people do understand, but you don't, like, when you see and feel the music, to hear something that you've heard 1,000 times before, and it has a new feeling to it, new weight to the music, a new pattern. It's like looking into a kaleidoscope for the first time. Wow. And the Melodica brothers do that. I can't say that enough. And they'll never know that I'm like a fanboying over them, but it's true, they do it. And no disrespect to First to 11, their rendition was okay, but that's all it'll ever be. And on the plus side, with all this fanboying, or a other side to this fanboying, this is not the best I've heard the Melodica brothers. I mean, one of my favourites of there is their Do House, their happy version. So I suggest, if you haven't heard them, go and check out the Melodica brothers. Yeah, truly. It's like hearing the song for the first time. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. You will often find me crying in a corner. Fantastic. New colours. See, that's what's wrong with you. Well, I can't just say it enough. I've just said it on YouTube. The Melodica brothers. Beautiful, beautiful. It's like hearing the song for the first time, and the feelings and the emotions are all new once again. Thank you. I can't just say it enough. I've just said it on YouTube. There you go. The Melodica brothers. Oh, let my life away. Yeah, true to his form, absolutely beautiful. You just can't get better than them. In fact, for cover artists, they are truly tremendous. Although, good news, Dave from Melodica Brothers is going solo. Ooh, another change of pace. Here's some country. We only had one country music, one song from country last week. This week we've got country staples, Little Big Town. They do a lot of good music, that is. I don't know what they do personally because I've never met them, but they do a lot of good music, good old country music, and this is no disappointment. It's called Hell Yeah. I mean, I would have thought they do the type of country you just want to tap your foot to. Even if country music is not your bag, you will have know who Little Big Town are, and here they are with Hell Yeah. So Hell Yeah and Yeehaw. Yeah. Again, it's they've got that type of music. You tap your feet to it, right? But not only you tap your feet, you also sing along to it. And he's like, you haven't heard it before. Why am I singing it to it? It's like, yeah, well. Happy guy, super shy and tough. Oh, this is a nice one. Ramesses B, Holly Drummond, Darius and Finley Mace. Darius and Finley Mace remix of Dreamin'. Now, Dreamin' is good on its own. So, yeah, that's good. This is called Your Song by Australia. I'm trying to stop talking because I want to hear. Yeah, don't like it. Fentanyl by Echo, future star, who is definitely rose high. He's, I've mentioned a billion times, he's done the version of Crazy Town that was so good that Crazy Town, Butterfly by Crazy Town, that Crazy Town said, yeah, let's release it. This is a song, memoir on his own personal struggle, not whether he's been on fentanyl, but knowing people who've taken their lives with fentanyl. Apparently it's a big thing in America, prescription drugs, one of them is fentanyl, and it's not good for you. I can't say much because I'm on more prescription drugs than a freaking dead pirate. But anyway, yeah, Echo and Fentanyl is up next on there. This is the funeral acoustic by Youngblood. Better put that on. Better put that onto YouTube. No, I better put that onto. You can't say fentanyl on TikTok, which is why I was reluctant putting it on TikTok. He found out the hard way. If you know TikTok, you'll know who Echo is, and you'll know his success he's had with his song Butterfly, and you'll know how good he is. But apparently you can't say that word on TikTok there. But I'm going to say it, Fentanyl, and this is Fentanyl by Echo. There you go. That'll be one video that'll be muted on TikTok. Youngblood, I think, did I take a picture of that? I'll take another one. Now, you might hit me on the head for this, but I think Youngblood is the David Bowie of our time. No, they're not good. You may think I'm crazy. Many people do, but I think this gentleman here, Youngblood, is the David Bowie of our time. Watch this space. Now that might get some blowback on the world of TikTok. How could you say someone like him is anything like David Bowie? Trust me. Trust me on this one. He's got more talent than anyone gives him credit for. And he's not ashamed to be who he is. I think he's a great role model. Melinda is on tour. The folky, soaky, jokey superstar. She's so much fun. Another one of those people I've featured on Future Stars. Her voice is divine. If you are stateside, you can go and check out her on various locations. I'm hoping she gets in the long boat and heads over here. I mean, I'm sure Ireland will welcome her with open arms, as if she is one of their own. England, not so much, because they'll just send any foreign import to Rwanda at the minute. Ooh, look at that, just got political. But yeah, there you go. Whoop. Little superstar, she's just amazing. The voice, I'm telling you, it's just nice. Again, this is something I say a lot on New Music Friday. When you get people that tragically take their lives due to mental health, I mean, I know I've tried multiple times, or I can't say things like that. What is it called? Unaliving oneself is the modern way of saying it on social media. I've never been successful, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you guys now. But mental health is a real problem, right? So then you get someone that takes or unalives themselves, and they go down in history as an iconic, one of the best voices of all time. So I'm talking about Amy Winehouse. I think it was tragic what happened to that lady. It really was. Didn't get the help they needed, and they are no longer with us. That is a common story. It's far too familiar, especially with young people that have such great success. But what Amy Winehouse wasn't was a fantastic voice. She was an average singer with far too much lumped up on her big shoulders. Not taken away, the music is okay, and she could sing. But when you have someone like this, overshadowed because of the genre, it's a terrible. It's like saying an orchestra is not as good as a freaking laptop. It's just not right. Yeah, let's not say no anymore before I start going on another rant. But no, his voice is amazing. True iconic voice. Here's Melinda with a voice that is amazing. That's all I have to say on the matter. Check her out. She's touring stateside at the moment. So yeah, an absolute beauty. It's a voice that grabs you round the heart and chokes it up. Check it out. And it's a shame I'm not stateside. We've done that one. Hey, Mr. Fiji! You know my love for Mr. Fiji. He's got one out. It's called Dog. We started with Hailstorm. Oh, it's Aaron Richards, the Ed Sheeran of Monster Cat, with October Child. This one is called Passion Fruit. Flute Loops. If I was still doing the Future Star series, if I were, because I was supposed to start again in February and then I just completely got snowed under, Fruit Loops was well on the top of the list. In fact, I believe that Fruit Loops should work with Ed Lane Johnson, or at least meet each other, because I think what they could do together would be chart-topping, fantastic stuff. But I'm going to say that on TikTok. Maybe he'll see it. Maybe they won't. But no, they are very similar in what they do, but they're also very different in what they do. And I think pairing them together would be like cheese and jam. People say no, it doesn't work, but no, it does. Yeah, it just does. It really does. Okay, let's say that on TikTok. Whee! Here's Fruit Loops, absolutely awesome. And I strongly believe that Fruit Loops here should get to know Ed Lane Johnson, because they could do something truly magical together. Truly magical. Here's Fruit Loops. And I said Fruit Loops, but you know, he knows what I meant. Now, you see, sadly, Ed Lane Johnson, he still brings producing music. He's just not in the forefront of our minds. And I think he's missing out on trick with this new generation of TikTok superstardom. I really do. Life in Slow Motion by Vincent Booch. This will be rather 2020 stuff. Here's Nevermind by Rayeko. They have a voice. You know, we're talking about voices, you know, amazing voice. This isn't like a classically trained voice that will shatter glass, but they have a unique voice that adds a depth to their music that really makes you feel it. So, yeah. Music from Harvey. Here's Nevermind by Rayeko, and I've just been waffling on about truly beautiful voices on all the other various social media channels. This is a voice. I have to do that again. Here's Rayeko with Nevermind, and they have a voice that leaves a gravelly feeling to everything they sing, and it is absolutely truly amazing, and it will resonate with you for weeks to come after listening. It's Rayeko with It's just it is the voice. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. It's the colours and the patterns that it produces, and it makes me feel, and then those feelings I don't know what to do with, and sometimes they explode, and that can get messy. That's what she says. I've tagged them in the TikToks that I've done already. They were Future Star. They've done very talkative. Maybe they're shy. Oh, we got back to Supermarket by Wet Leg. We've done that one. Alrighty. So there you go. That was this week's New Music Friday. in at just 50 minutes long for talking. It's 2 hours and 51 on the playlist. What was your favourite from this week's New Music Friday? What did I say was going to be my favourite? Jesus, what did I say was going to be my favourite? Where was it? Here you go. Is it Happy Music? It was. Was it? It was. It was Happy Music by Tom Minsk and Super Shy. That was my favourite. Closely followed by Under the Bridge version of by the Melodica Brothers, Under the Bridge. If you had a favourite, just let me know in the comments on whatever channel you watch this thing. I'll be back next week with more New Music Friday and hopefully less of a cold. Happy Good Friday to you all. Goodbye. 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 So bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. Yeah, you know, goodbye. How'd you end? How the fuck do you end? No. Try that one. Yes, I am very sure. Goodbye, Facebook. Goodbye. And finally, goodbye, YouTube.